The first pretty cool detail on this list is drink driving. So if you actually drink drive in GTA, which I only found this out about a few months ago, if you drink drive you can actually get pulled over by the cops. I remember just having a bit of fun in roleplay, and then we were drinking in roleplay, and I just kept getting cops, and I was just thinking, why the hell am I getting cops? What is the reason I'm getting cops? And I soon realized that it was because I was drunk. So I've just called some cops now just because there's no cops outside. I don't know why that guy's after me, but there's no cops outside, so I just called a few cops to this location just to get some cops here. Oh, there's a cop. There we go, and I got cops started. I did have to call this cop. Because there was no cop spawning. And as you see, because I'm drinking, that's why I've got the 1 star and now got 2 stars, because the cop crashed into me. So that's pretty cool. That's another detail which I only found out very recently. Now this one I didn't even know about before it got suggested in the suggestions chat on our Discord. When you actually break glass in GTA, if you break a car window or any sort of glass in that case, like when you're walking near the broken glass, you can actually hear the broken glass on your feet. So for some reason I chose this that had bulletproof windows. I didn't even know it had bulletproof windows before I did this, but it works on any sort of glass. And you have to listen very carefully. I don't know if you can hear it, but you can actually hear the broken glass if you really concentrate. Here's some pretty cool interior details. Now, going through radio stations, I've not really got the radio station playing because of copyright, but you can see that it shows the radio station and it shows what song that it is in the center console. So it shows West Coast Talk Radio, and the Fernando Show is what we're listening to right now. Also in the interior we've got handbrake. Oh, that's not handbrake. we've got a handbrake, and it shows it on the dash. So if I drive and I handbrake, you can see the little handbrake light on the dash, the brake light. And we've also got high beam as well. So we've got side lights, high beam, that's all on the dash. And that's some little detail that sometimes we don't really think of. We don't even normally drive in first person and think of those things. The details also pretty cool in the old cars where it's more like a lamp on the dash. I think that's so cool. And you've also got the radiator making noise from the radiator overheating, and this, the sound coming through the seals. And I think that's a detail that's like so advanced, to be honest. This detail is to do with the amount of different types of tire widths you can get with a car, and most of the time the tire width depends on how much grippier your car is. So if you've got a sports car and you've got and there's 3 different sports cars, in this case it's not sports cars, but if there was 3 different sports cars and you saw one with wider tires at the back, it's a lot more grippier, just like real life. And I think that's a really cool detail, and I just put these different types of tire widths just to show you the differences. Something pretty cool is the fact that you've got an open diff in the game. So you can still get like one wheel, like not even in racing games you get this feature, having an open diff. It really shows the physics of this game, and it shows the fact that, like, turning a certain corner at a certain speed will make one wheel go, or both. It's really physically intense with this. But on the other hand of this detail, you've got no LSD, so no car, no matter if you've got super, sports, hyper, they've got no LSD in this game. So this is something I found out, and it's the dials in the car. I've put this in another video before, and the dials in some of these cars are actually from real cars. Now, I don't know if you can actually get copyrighted from dials, but if you look at this dial here, right here, on this Kanjo that I've got, the dials are an exact copy of a BMW E36. So here's a picture of that now, and it's just almost like GTA have just copied and pasted it. That's how similar this is. The only difference is the dials in this are a bit different. Now, normally in real life, when there's a roadblock, there's normally cops blocking off the road. So there'll be a roadblock if a crime scene happened or something. So if you actually park your car in the middle of the road, the pedestrians will just go around it like any normal car. But if you put your lights on, the pedestrians actually won't go around. So if you put your lights on, really cool detail, the pedestrians won't go around. And I'll just prove this by just staying here for a while. So something really cool and realistic about the Yosemite is the fact that when you're aired out, I really don't understand why there's details in this game, because normally in a lot of cars you can actually just turn the wheel and the wheel will go through the fender. But in this case, when your car is fully aired out, I'm pressing right and left on the analog here, and that's as much as I can turn the wheel. So that front wheel, that's the max amount I can turn. But when it's aired up, oh, if you can see, now if you can see, it turns a lot more. Now it can actually turn, which is really cool attention to detail. So if I keep the wheels turned fully with this pole, that's the only really way I can keep the air suspension up. And then I let go, and look, just look at my wheel, it's fully turned. I'll let go and the wheel will turn back because the air ride. So this realistic detail is the launch control. So you can't really do launch control in this game, but you can actually hold it at the rev range, and this is what I find really realistic. So I'm just gonna probably put the gas on, or the throttle on 5,000 revs, but if I let go at 5,000 revs, it just does that, it just wheel spins. If I fully put down the throttle up to rev range and I let go of the throttle, I've just got that whole burnout, just wasted power basically. And so what the basic idea of the launch control is you just find a comfortable spot, so maybe 3k revs, just below 3k, probably 2.7 or something, and I'll let go of the throttle. I just see no wheel spin. And let's see if we can get it any faster by going to 3k or 3.5k. As you see, that launch was like super good. That was probably the best launch you can probably get, 3.5k. If I go to 4, probably a bit too much. Oh no, it's not too much. So 4k, you can do 4k on this. That's basically what the launch control is, and that's how it is in real life. I don't think you can get that far down the rev range. This car is really powerful in real life. I don't think you can start at 4k revs and get that much grip. But it is realistic in the terms of like you being able to do a launch control. So another really realistic approach is the differences between handling and suspension when you go down the years of cars. So for example, here I've got a Komodo and I've got a Chevrolet being the old car, and this was just two random cars I decided to bring out, one a modern car, one not so modern of course. And GTA go into that much detail that they put on soft suspension on the older cars. Like in real life you'll have more spongier, softer suspension, and in the newer cars you've got a bit more firmer and, you know, more solid suspension. And they actually implement that in GTA, which again is another detail that is very, very unique to this game. thank you so much for getting to the end of the video, guys. And yeah, if you do enjoy this one, please leave a like. It does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, have a good day, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.